Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Anna. I'm the product manager at UJV for the South Pacific, including this beautiful region of French Polynesia. I am fully dedicated to really understanding these regions, and I specialize in not only curating our hotel portfolio so that you have the best of the best to offer to your clients, but I also dedicate myself to vetting our underground vendors and experiences so that you can deliver the perfect itinerary to your clients. I am so excited to tell you about my experience in French Polynesia. Joan, if we can switch to the next slide. I was there for Bora Bora 2026 by invitation of Tahiti Tourism, and this was an amazing event. It allows us to connect with our hotel and vendor partners on a more personal level, really, and just find out how we can better work together in building the perfect itineraries for your clients again. And well, during the event, I had the opportunity to visit multiple islands, the island of Tahiti, Taha'a, Bora Bora, Tikehau, and Moorea this time around. And I am so excited to tell you all about it today. I was so honored and blessed to visit several of the Pearl Resort properties as well during this trip. And I experienced both Air Moana and Air Tahiti. So I invited my dear friend Vaihiria Kelley, and she's representing Air Tahiti and Pearl Resorts today. And she'll also share some of this with you. So, right before we dig into the islands, I just want to quickly remind you, no, the next slide is fine, Joni. Just want to quickly remind you of what we handle for you in French Polynesia. And just let you know, as always, that we can take care of everything for you so that you can really maximize your time with your clients. We handle private air and inner island logistics for you. We have curated experiences. We have a concierge team that will manage your restaurant and spa reservations, pre-arrival coordination, and of course, 24/7 support always. Today, I would like to talk to you about the luxury spectrum of French Polynesia. So, not all islands are created equal, and my main goal today is to leave you having a better understanding of some of the different islands in this beautiful side of the world. I think the most important part is just really taking the time to qualify and understand what your clients are looking for. And that can mean different things in French Polynesia. It can mean a once in a lifetime experience in Tetiaroa at the Brando. It can mean just the beautiful, perfect postcard, Instagrammable scenery from Bora Bora. It can mean a romantic, secluded escape in Le Taha'a or Le Tikehau, or an adventure-filled day ATVing through pineapple farms in Moorea. It can mean a food tour in Tahiti, which is so popular nowadays, or even an expedition into the wild beauty of the Marquises Islands as well. I guess what I'm really trying to do is just shift the common misconception that once you've been to Bora Bora, you have been to French Polynesia, because in reality, each island really has something different to offer, which means that you can have repeat clients and you can have them return again and again, and they will have a completely new experience each time. So if you take anything with you, I do want you to take that. So quickly moving into each island, starting with Tetiaroa. Tetiaroa is home to the Brando, and the Brando honestly feels like you're in a completely different world. You don't feel like you're at a resort here. You feel like you're inside this protected ecosystem made out of 12 little motus and then surrounded by amazing crystal clear water. It's quiet, it's untouched, and it's incredibly special. So you'll see sea turtles, bird sanctuaries, and just you'll be surrounded by nature everywhere. It is the perfect place for the ultimate privacy. And it works for both couples who want a total, complete seclusion or families who just want space and discretion from the rest of the world. And remember, this was once Marlo Brando's private retreat, so that energy is definitely still there. It does not feel commercial, it feels rare. What I remember the most about my visit to the Brando when I had the honor to go, it was looking into the skies, no light pollution whatsoever. And I just remember thinking it looked like art on a canvas. It's just incredibly touching to be there. So this is again for the client who values privacy above all else, the client who perhaps has already done Bora Bora, or the client that is celebrating a milestone birthday, a huge anniversary, or just once in a lifetime trip. And then, of course, there's Bora Bora. This is the most recognizable lagoon in the entire world. When clients picture French Polynesia, they're picturing Bora Bora. That iconic Mano to Mano rising in the middle is, I mean, undescribable until you see it with your own eyes. And that beautiful turquoise water surrounding all of the hotels and all of the lagoons it's dramatic, it's cinematic, it's a bucket list item for so many people out there. Bora Bora, I would say, is perfect for first timers to French Polynesia, honeymooners, and clients who want that classic over water bungalow experience with the wow factor. Bora Bora feels timeless, it feels unrivaled, and it feels truly unforgettable. Moving on to Taha'a and Tikehau, this was my first time at both of these islands, and I really enjoy my time there. Taha'a to me feels like Bora Bora's quieter, more authentic sister. You still get those beautiful lagoon views, and you even get distant views of Bora Bora, but it definitely feels more secluded. It feels more intimate. And in my opinion, it feels more connected to the real Polynesian culture since Le Taha is located on a motu right across the island from Taha and not directly on the island. It has the most beautiful coral garden that you can access straight from the beach and is also connected to the main island by a super quick 5-minute boat shuttle. So the resort is really perfect for the client who wants romance, the client who wants privacy, but they also might be interested in visiting vanilla farms, for example, pearl farms, a distillery, or even doing some hiking on the main island. And they really get the best of both worlds. They really get to experience a destination beyond just a resort. So to me, in my opinion, Taha feels soulful, it feels slower, and it definitely feels more immersive. And then we have Tikehau. This one is truly different. I did not know what to expect at first when I visited, but I can tell you this is perfect for the client who really wants to completely unplug when they visit. Le Tikehau overlooks a breathtaking lagoon and a channel where the Ocean flows into the atoll. So it creates this unreal, vibrant turquoise water. It is so pristine and crystal-like that you can see the fish in the water swimming as you're walking to your room. You can see sharks, you can see turtles. It is really unreal. And then you pair that with pink sand motus, and seriously, some of the richest marine life in French Polynesia or in the world that I've seen in my life. It is absolutely surreal. There's no over the top scene here. There's no big resort energy. It's quiet, it's raw, and it's incredibly peaceful. Tikehau is absolutely perfect for honeymooners. I would say it's perfect for repeat French Polynesia travelers or just for anyone who comes and tells you, I just want to disappear somewhere beautiful. This is the place where you need to send them. It's not about flash, it's all about nature and serenity here. And then moving into Tahiti, Moorea, and Nukuhiva. Tahiti, of course, is your gateway, but it's more than just a stopover, really. It has energy, it has culture, it has markets, food trucks, black sand beaches, it has surfing, and it has those dramatic green mountains. And yes, it's perfect for arrival and departure, and it works really good for that, but it's also perfect for that client that comes to you and tells you that they want a little bit of local life mixed into their trip. It feels more real, it feels more urban island. It's not just a resort destination, but it's a destination all in itself as well. Moorea, Moorea to me feels like the adventurous little sister to Bora Bora. You can arrive by air or you can take a quick 20-minute ferry. It's lush, it has mountains, it's super easy to explore. You can do an overwater bungalow still if you like to, but you can also rent a car. You can visit pineapple farms. You can go hiking. You can swim with sharks. You can swim with manta rays. You can swim with whales during whale season. I mean, it's an active island that feels alive. And it's perfect for families or multi-generational trips, adventure couples, for the client that maybe wants that lagoon beauty, but with more freedom and with better value. Moorea feels accessible and it feels fun. It feels fun. And then Nukuhiva, and this one is completely different from all of the other islands. There's no lagoon, no overwater bungalows. Think dramatic cliffs, think waterfalls, think archaeological sites, wild horses. It feels like an expedition, not a beach vacation. This is for the client who wants culture, adventure, and something off the beaten path. The client who says, I don't want to go where everyone else is going. I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. Then the Marquises Island are just remote, unforgettable, and in a completely, totally different way. So let's talk about designing the journey, the art of pairing. What I strongly recommend is that you pair two islands and no more than three. For the once in a lifetime client, I recommend pairing Bora Bora and the Brando, for example, in Tetiaroa. The Four Seasons and the Brando is the absolute best luxury combo, or even the St. Regis and the Brando for a family that values space. For the romance first couple, I absolutely recommend Taha'a and Bora Bora or Tikehau and Bora Bora. I loved, loved, loved Le Bora Bora by Pearl Resorts. You can take advantage of their combo offer as well. And they have the only wine cellar in Bora Bora. And please, please, after this webinar, just look up their I think it's pronounced Perev. It's spelled Porave restaurant. I have to tell you, it's truly one of the most romantic restaurants that I've seen in my life. It's very intimate and it's surrounded by this lush garden and little water fountains that make you feel like you're in a paradise with waterfalls around you. It's absolutely beautiful. For the connected journey, for multi-generational trips, for big families traveling together, I recommend Moorea. Sofitel or Hilton Moorea are great options there. Pair with the Conrad or St. Regis, for example, with Bora Bora, and you can even add a day or two in Tahiti to the journey, and it will be truly unforgettable. And for the ultimate explorer, the repeat client, the I want something different client, I recommend New Kuhiva and Taha. Again, you can take advantage of their combo offer. If they also want to see the iconic Bora Bora, you can pair it with Bora Bora as well. You can do New Kuhiva and Bora Bora. Just keep in mind that they will have to connect to through Tahiti again to go to the Marquises, which can add up some time. It's quite a long journey, so just set the right expectations, and I would increase the number of nights that they expect, are spending at each island, so that they have enough time to rest in between and to really enjoy the islands. And I just also want to take a brief moment to highlight our portfolio amongst all of the beautiful French Polynesian islands. If you have personally visited any of these, please drop it in the chat. If you have any questions so far or as we go, please also drop your questions in the chat. And feel free to take a screenshot of our portfolio if you would like. It extends across Bora Bora, Tahiti, Moorea, Taha'a, Tikehau, Tetiaroa, and Nukuhiva. And then please allow me a minute to just tell you a little bit about all of the updates and everything that is happening in the beautiful world of French Polynesia. Temporarily closed for renovating, the Intercontinental Bora Bora Talasso is closing in June 2026 and reopening maybe mid 2027. Sofitel Kia Ora Moorea is closed through Q1, opening in Q2. But they will still be working on their overwater bungalows through November the 1st. Te Moana Tahiti is also closed through December 15th for renovations, full renovations of rooms, restaurants, and public areas. The in Tahiti is working on renovating their premium rooms. They'll be available through July 31st. And then after that, they won't be available until January 4th of 2027 when they will be fully renovated. And then we have a brand transition. Le Tahiti is exiting Pearl Resorts as of April 1st, 2026, and will be now managed by South Pacific Management. As you can see, there's a lot happening across the islands, renovations, brand transitions, phase reopening, and this is exactly why strong partnerships matter. We're very fortunate to work with our partners, and because of that, it's now my pleasure to introduce you to one very special one, Vaihiria Kelley, who will share a little bit more insights into Pearl Resorts in Air Tahiti and how to enhance the journey across the islands. Thank you. Take it away, Vaihiria.
Thank you, Anna. That was a great overview of the destination.
Thank you.
You're absolutely right that every island offers a unique and different experience. And so if people have been to one of the islands, going back definitely offers a different experience. So again, Yaurana everyone. I'm Vaihiria. I represent Pearl Resort and Air Tahiti, and we'll get to see the news on that. But just to dive in, we're going to start with Le Taha'a. And Le Taha'a is really our flagship property in our islands. It is a relay and chateau property, five-star resort, as well as a two keys Michelin star resort. So this is our hero image. And then moving on to the next slide. As you can see here, Pearl Resort, the brand is all about authenticity, and really when you're staying at a Pearl Resort property, you really have a sense of place and being in French Polynesia. That's reflected in all of the touches that come through, such as the wood carvings, all of the artwork that you see throughout the resort and in every villa or bungalow is original artwork. So the Pearl Resort delivers a form of luxury that is refined yet natural and unpretentious. It's rooted in Polynesian heritage and expressed through thoughtful design and meaningful experience, and definitely genuine hospitality. This is our garden villa. The as you can see, the doors behind the bed close to give privacy in the bathroom. It sleeps three. And then if we can move to the next slide. This is our royal villa on the island of Taha'a. It's a two-bedroom villa. I'm not sure if you're able to see, but there's two longer rectangles. Those are the bedrooms, and in the middle you have the common area. This one sleeps five plus one, yes, 5+1 baby. However, if you have larger families or multi-generational families, you see that there's two additional villas next to it. There's a beach villa and a garden villa. And we can actually create a whole compound for a larger multi-generational family. So it includes the royal villa in the middle, and then a one-bedroom garden and one-bedroom beach villa that creates a compound. So we have a lot of flexibility to be able to accommodate, larger multi-generational families in these villas. Okay, so this is the overwater bungalow. I mentioned that we are truly authentic, and you can see that every single detail, we have carvings, and these are the double hull traditional canoes that you can see here, but there's carvings all over, original artwork. And so when you are staying at one of our properties, you really feel that cultural and sense of place of being in our islands. Okay, we can move on to the next slide. These are the garden villas with the pool. I think this is the one bedroom garden villa. This one sleeps three. I believe this is the garden villa. But again, very, privacy. They're all very, very private, exclusive. So our guests, really feel that seclusion that Anna was talking about earlier on. You move to the next slide. Okay, great. So then we're moving over across to the island of Bora Bora. This resort, and I should mention that all of our resorts are continuously having new things and new products. I was there in January and already on Taha'a, there's something new, or we now have something new in the spa, and it's only March. But on the island of Bora Bora, the Bora Bora has been, it wasn't just renovated, but completely rebuilt. The resort was rebuilt um, less than 5 years ago. It's built similar to how a Tahitian village is built, where if you walk the grounds of the resort, you have all of the garden villas and the beach villas that are set up sort of like a Polynesian village here. It is a 2 Michelin key resort, as you may have seen. Okay, we can move on to the next one. But these are similar to the the beach and the garden villas. These doors behind the little sofa close. So if these are great for family, they're great options for families because they can sleep three, but the doors close so they can give mom and dad a little bit of privacy. So these completely close. Again, great for family options. And then we can move on to the next one. And of course, our overwater products. So depending on the location of the overwater, the end of the pontoon are, of course, the ones that have the infinity pool. Those are the ones that would typically mount Otemanu view. So those are the higher end categories. But we also have sunset categories. And of course, beach categories where you have a more of a view of the beach. So those are the overwater product. So dining is very important in Bora Bora. We have several options. We have our Puerava restaurant, which is our fine dining restaurant, but we also have two other restaurants, including our pool and our main restaurant. But this here is really special because we wanted to create a fourth dining option in Bora Bora. So we create a wine bar. And our wine bar has over 300 selection of wines from all over the world, but it is really perfect for guests who may not be looking for a full sit-down dinner. We have lots of tapas here, incredible sushi, and of course, an incredible selection of wine. The little image that you see in the bottom corner is actually the view that you have when you're sitting at the wine bar looking out. You have this incredible view overlooking the pool and directly in front of Mount Otemanu. It's perfect for happy hour or sunset and to enjoy a glass of wine and tapas and sushi instead of a full sit-down meal for if guests are looking for something a little lighter. This is our spa. It's our Tave spa. It's it's larger than our Ta'a spa, but it sits over, it's surrounded by lily ponds. So sits over, it's not a lake, but the whole spa is surrounded by lily ponds. It's truly incredible when you're at the spa because when you're having a massage or a treatment, you're overlooking these lily ponds. So really incredibly relaxing. You feel not only are you in an incredible, beautiful place, but it definitely puts you in a mode of relaxation when you're at the spa. Polynesian nights. So because our brand is all about cultural immersion, we have Polynesian nights at both our Ta'a property and our Bora Bora property. It's it's done, it's not done in the restaurant like some other resorts may have. We have a dedicated space for our Polynesian nights. In Ta'a, it is done in our Polynesian village, which we just inaugurated late last year. It's a dedicated area where all sorts of cultural activities take place, as well as dance performance. It's the same in Bora Bora. We don't have a Polynesian village, but we have a pepe, which is the traditional platform where dance performance were done. We have that in Bora Bora, and that's where we do our Polynesian nights, which take place once a week on property. Great. Now we're going to move on to away from the Society Islands, because in the Society Islands we have Le Bora Bora, Le Taha'a, and our newest property, which we don't have here today. It's opening in April, but it is Vaihiria Island. We're going to move on to the Tuamotu Atolls. Those are completely flat. It's okay. We can go to the next slide. So the Tuamotu Atolls, if you're not familiar, they're completely flat. There are no mountains. So those are the low-lying atolls. Anna mentioned, she talked about the marine life here, but when Jacques Cousteau surveyed this area, when he was in Tahiti, he said that it had the highest concentration of marine wildlife anywhere in the islands of French Polynesia. So Tikehau is known for that. The Tuamotu atolls are the best place to do any sort of dive or snorkeling because you're surrounded by an abundance of marine life. Tikehau means finding peace. And I think that when you're in Tikehau, Anna mentioned it, but there is no light pollution, there's no noise pollution, and you just find yourself, I think, really finding that peace. So the name is very appropriate. This resort just overwent a huge renovation last year. And so everything were redone. These are the look of the new bungalows that we have. If you had seen the bungalows before, they were much darker. These are much lighter. Again, elevated Polynesian expression of luxury is what we aim to achieve and deliver for our clients. So we can move on to the next slide. These are our premium overwater bungalows. What's truly incredible about that is that the outside of this one, the one that we saw before was a regular overwater. The premium overwater bungalow, you have a sort of a whole outdoor sitting area. You can kind of see this here, but it's a huge deck where you have a sitting area with a couch and then 2 lounge chairs. It's an amazing space to be outside and enjoy sunset or sunrise or a cup of coffee. So you have the additional, sitting area right on your overwater bungalow for the premium overwater bungalows. That's the outside, so you can see what that looks like. Really, again, an incredible space to take in the sunset or the sunrise, or even just to be enjoying during the day. You can go right down into the water and snorkel right off of your overwater bungalow. I spent all day here in and out of the water, and I think most of our guests do that. It truly is relaxing, quiet, and very peaceful. This is our beach bungalow. Again, you can see, how light it is. It's a similar look as we saw with the overwater bungalow, but this is right on the beach. So instead of walking out onto your deck in an overwater bungalow, you walk right onto the beach. Really great experience as well. If you have clients that may not be on the overwater bungalows, you have to go down a little ladder. That sometimes can be a little bit, difficult depending on the mobility of guests if they're much older. But the beach bungalows are really great because they're right on the beach, toes in the sand. You can't go wrong with that option as well. So dining in Tikehau, we have our main restaurant where you can see it's the top image there, the one that with all the sand colored, that's the main restaurant. We also have an incredible bar that you can see here that's open for happy hour and throughout the day. But the breakfast and lunch, the main restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but we just inaugurated in January a new restaurant on property, making it our second restaurant, which is Tereka Ika. And you can see that in the image to the to the right. It's a completely outdoor restaurant, truly incredible. This is the only official image that I have. Anna had an incredible video that she posted to the UJV feed. If you didn't have a chance to see it, that actually is a much better sort of overview of the restaurant. But it's outdoor, and you have these incredible coral features with warm light shining through. It feels very surreal. And it's a seafood restaurant, so we serve seafood there. Um, Highly recommend it, obviously, for any guest going to Tikehau. It's a must-try experience to dine there, outdoor, al fresco, fresh seafood, beautiful little bar. And I think the secret thing there is that the bathroom, I don't know if you had a chance to see the bathroom at the Reka restaurant. It's like out of a sort of like out of this fantasy with the rocks all over. It's incredible. So really beautiful restaurant that kind of gives that whole Tuamotu vibe and experience with dining outside surrounded by coral formations. And I think that may have been it for the Pearl Resort. Before we dive into the video, I just wanted to sort of explain. I think the video is next. I wanted to explain that Air Tahiti, which I also represent, is coming out with a new product. We're elevating travel just a bit more on for inter-island travel through the islands of Tahiti. It is really to go a lot to be in line with the experience of all these incredible five-star properties that are in Bora Bora and Raiatea, which Anna talked about. But we are introducing a new product, which is an all business class aircraft with 26 seats. That's only 13 couples. The service will commence in December of this year. It's available for sale now. And it's a true business class aircraft with the same seats that are currently on Emirates business class. And here's a glimpse of that product. So 1-to-1 seat configuration, 26 seats. The aircraft that we currently have has 72 seats, but this one only has 26. So very, very spacious. Clients traveling through our islands for festive season will be able to travel on this. But it's not just the aircraft. We also have lounges to go with that, both in Papeete and in Bora Bora. And if you've traveled through our islands, you know that on the domestic side, that does not exist currently. Well, we do have a lounge in Papeete and in Bora Bora, but it was previously used only for private jets. So now we are expanding those two lounge both in Papeete and in Bora Bora for the domestic travelers that are traveling on Air Tahiti Signature, which is our all business class aircraft. So very exciting to be able to elevate the travel and journey through our islands with this product. And I think that's it for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Tons of amazing information. I hope that you leave this webinar also with a different mindset on French Polynesia and ready to offer this to your clients. I would like to answer any questions that you might have and take advantage of this amazing opportunity that we have to have Vaihiria here, who was actually born in French Polynesia as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat or unmute yourself to ask.
I'm from the island of Moorea, so I loved hearing about you talking about Moorea.
Oh, that's great. Such a beautiful island, so active, so alive. I loved it. I love my experience in each and every one of them. I really did.
And
Well,
very different. You're absolutely right.
Yes, yes, I think it's definitely that kind of destination that it just leaves you craving for more and leaves you wanting to plan the next trip. So, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't see any questions so far on the chat, but it's been
Um,
amazing having you with us today, Vaihiria. And thank you everyone for your time today. We had an amazing time with you, and I hope that you learned a lot today.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Marudu.
Maruru.